So let me ask you a question. How long does it actually take you to invoice a client after a really successful meeting? Well, if you're like most professionals, there is this very real, kind of annoying friction that happens when you're away from your desk. You wrap up a great conversation, you shake hands, but then you've got to travel all the way back to the office, boot up your laptop, dig through your notes, probably try to decipher your own handwriting, and finally send off that bill. It's a hassle, right? Well, in this explainer, we're going to look at exactly how you can eliminate that delay entirely.
Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're taking a really close look at NuMetric Go. This is the official mobile app designed by NuMetric, and it is pretty much the ultimate solution for recording your sales right on the road. So if you've been looking for a way to just, untether yourself from your desktop and keep your cash flow moving while you're on the move, you are definitely in the right place.
Okay, let's dive right into our agenda. 1. Invoicing on the go. 2. Getting started and log in. 3. Creating and managing invoices. 4. Payments, refunds, and sharing. And finally, number 5, app limitations and boundaries.
Section 1. Invoicing on the go. Overview.
NuMetric Go is an official and totally free add-on for anyone who already has a NuMetric subscription. The sources highlight that it's purposefully designed as a companion app built specifically for creating, approving, and managing your regular invoices from literally anywhere. And what's really fantastic here is that while you're tapping away on your phone, everything is keeping perfectly synchronized with your main NuMetric account in the cloud. So, to put that into perspective, if you finalize a deal over coffee, your accounting records are perfectly up to date before you even walk out the cafe door. It's a real game changer.
Section 2. Getting started and login access requirements. Now, to get past the login screen, there are a few strict prerequisites you need to be aware of. First, you've got to have an active NuMetric account, and crucially, you need permission to access the sales module. If your user profile doesn't have that sales permission enabled by your administrator, the app will actually just block you from using it. You'll sign in with your standard NuMetric email and password. Oh, and also, please note that an active internet connection is absolutely mandatory. The documentation makes it crystal clear there's no offline mode here. You need a solid connection to keep everything seamlessly synchronized.
Moving on to Section 3. Creating and managing invoices, mobile invoicing.
Picture this. You've just walked out of a super successful client meeting, and you are ready to bill them right then and there. Just look at the clean, intuitive design of the invoice list here. Right up at the top, you have these distinct tabs: All, Drafts, Unpaid, and Paid. Plus, there's a prominently placed search bar. Now, what's really interesting about this is that if a client texts you asking about a bill, you can just open the app, search their invoice number, and instantly see a crisp label indicating if it's paid in green or overdue in red. It just gives you immediate, on-the-fly visibility into the status of any transaction. Then, when you tap the New button, bam, you're dropped right into this streamlined creation view. You can generate a totally professional bill, select your customer from your synced database, add in your items or services, and even slap on a discount, all right from the passenger seat of your car. No laptop required.
Okay, so once you draft that invoice, you get a really clear summary screen. You can review your subtotals, your taxes, and the final amount due. If everything looks good to go, you, or another team member with the right permissions, can seamlessly tap that big, bright green Approve Invoice button right in the middle of the screen. Or, actually, if you spot a mistake, it's no big deal. You can just tap Edit Draft or delete it entirely. The whole mobile interface is designed to keep you moving forward effortlessly.
Section 4. Payments, refunds, and sharing, completing transactions.
This app seriously manages the entire life cycle. And this brilliantly illustrates how easy it is. On the Record Payment screen, you just punch in the amount, toggle between cash, check, or online payment, and pick your deposit account. Need to process a refund? It is just as fast. It lets you dial in specific quantities for full or partial refunds with just a few taps. So yeah, highly, highly flexible.
Once that invoice is finally approved, you obviously need to get it to the client. Well, NuMetric Go leverages your device's native sharing capabilities. Tapping Share just pulls up your familiar iOS or Android sharing sheet. That means you can instantly airdrop it to a client sitting right across the table from you, shoot it over in a quick text message, or just drop it into an email. It's incredibly fast because it uses the exact tools you're already familiar with on your phone.
Finally, Section 5. App limitations and boundaries, what to expect.
So the crucial point here is that NuMetric Go is hyper-focused. It does what it does perfectly, but it definitely doesn't do everything. It handles regular invoices, payments, refunds, approvals, and sharing beautifully.
But the really heavy lifting of accounting, that is strictly reserved for the full web application. You cannot manage cash sales, process purchases, dig into detailed reports, manage inventory, or tweak deep accounting journals and settings from the mobile app. It's really best to think of it as a satellite tool designed for speed, not a total replacement for your desktop dashboard.
So, with your invoicing totally synchronized and sent out before your commute even begins, the only real question left is, what are you going to do with all that reclaimed time? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Here's to working smarter, directly from your pocket.